Welcome back to Design Bundles YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal. Today, I'm going to show you guys how you can layer two different sublimation designs. So say, for example, you guys have a full wrap like this, but you guys want to add another design in here, or maybe your logo, somebody's name, or even maybe your pet's photo. I'm going to show you guys how you can layer two different designs. One thing I want you guys to keep in mind is what design are you choosing? Say, for example, I chose something like this, all of this white background here. If I was to layer this, I'm going to have a big block of white gone, right? What you would need to do is do a print and cut, which then you're going to have all of these teensy tiny pieces, and it's just not worth it. Maybe you could come in and fussy cut around it, or maybe you can simply have a knockout of this white design. Maybe that's part of your design. So say, for example, if I was going to do that, I would get as close as I could to create the perfect, I would do this with my paper trimmer, so it would be perfect. And that way, whenever I put this on here, it's going to have that chunk of white, that's gone, and then you're going to have your design here. And that's totally fine too. But that's just something I want you to keep in mind that will happen. Where this design here, the entire design is not wide or anything like that. It's going to be perfect. It's not going to have anything else but the design. Now, if I wanted a little bit of a white border all the way around this photo, what I would do is use my paper trimmer when I went to cut this down, and I would have kept myself, maybe 1/4 or 1/4 inch all the way around to create that perfect border for this. So that way it's not bleeding together and too much, right? So how do you layer both of these? How do we do this? What we're simply going to do is you're going to need double-sided tape. Don't try to use some, sticky dots or anything like that, because it's going to be too thick. You don't want to add any more bulk or make it uneven in any areas. Where with double-sided tape, there's tons of different brands out there. It's just going to put a very thin strip, and we just need at least one in the middle. So what we're simply going to do is we're going to take our little tape gun here, and we're just going to run it right down the center. In case you guys are wondering which one, I'm using the Scotch. I've had this for years, probably since like 2012. I've had it forever. This truly does last a long time. I'll have one link down below for you guys, but there's lots of different little ones. I'll link some small ones as well. So what we're going to do is you're going to make sure when you go to put this down, it's going to be a one-shot rodeo, because when you put that adhesive, you're going to try to pull it up. You're going to pull up this design. So make sure you're ready to go. Now, how do we figure out where we want this to go? So this is what I like to do. I'm going to take my mug, because this is a full wrap. I'm going to go ahead and center it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and center my design just to figure out about where the center of my design, so on each side, it's going to be nice and even, right? So when I figure that out, I'm going to get it nice and even. I know that I want it on this side because I hold my mug with my right hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my design, obviously, before I put my adhesive, and I'm going to kind of place that about where I want it. Then I can come in, take my tape measure. I'm going to measure from here to here, so I know exactly where I need to place this. Now look, if I lay this down, it's landing on this side. So I know that I want it to be on this side, and I want it to be about 1 inch over. Now for me, I'm also wanting it to come down from this little glitter design here. I want it down somewhere right about in here. And like I said, I'm going to come over about 1 inch. You want to keep everything nice and straight. And once again, you have one shot. We're going to smooth that center out, and now we have combined our image, okay? So this is ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our mug. Today I'm using this really cool glitter mug. This is made for sublimation. I didn't glitter this. This is made for sublimation. It's got its coating, and this silver will make this look like a really cool red glitter. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wrap it. So I'm going to do just as I normally would, and I'm going to figure out where my center is. Once I'm happy with it, I'm going to go ahead and apply tape on one side and then the next. So you want to make sure that you're pulling nice and tight. Take me a little piece of parchment here just to cover my design, so that way I don't tear up my mug press in case anything seeps through. Pulling nice and tight, like so. All right, so now we're ready to press it. So what we're going to do is go ahead and drop it down in our mug press, like so, making sure everything looks nice and even. And we're going to press. Now, the really cool thing about the Cricut mug press, if you guys don't have one, you don't have to figure out the temp or the time. You just have the on and off button. Once it's ready to go, it's going to beep, turn green, and then you're ready to put your mug. You're going to pop it down. And as you guys can see, these buttons. So this is 1 minute. Each one, there's 5 minutes here. So each time it goes a whole minute, it'll pop in a new a little flash here, so you'll know kind of how far you guys are. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this go for 5 minutes, and then we'll pull it out. Once it beeps, we are ready to lift it out of here, and mine is already removed off of here. I was gonna let it cool for just a second, but it didn't want to. Now, are you guys ready for the big reveal to see how it layered? Let's go. Boom. Just like that. Now I could have moved it up just a little bit. I got too close to the edge here. And like I said, I would probably want to leave a little bit of a white border so that way it's not just blending into this too much. But you guys can see you can definitely layer, but make sure that you guys are using just one thin layer of double-sided adhesive. Like I said, there is tons of just little bitty ones that you could keep in your craft space for your sublimation. So you guys can layer these on top of each other. You guys can see how great that looks. We got a nice press. There was no issues between the two layers there. Everything pressed nicely. The only thing, if I was to go backwards, I'd probably just center it up, even up on that glitter. I'd do a little bit different there, but you guys can see how cool that is. And even on the glitter mug, you guys see how cool that is on the glitter? Just this side alone, and this design is super duper cool. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. This is 1+ credit right now. And you guys definitely could layer your kiddos' faces on here. You know, you could do it on the side here. You could do it on both sides, just like so. Maybe put their name on the front and one on the back. And just like that. That's how you guys are going to layer your sublimation designs. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.